This is a KISS original on 101.9 KISS FM. The geekdom is spreading. It is present at almost every turn. And it's only a matter of time before it comes for you.
Nothing in our solar system can help us.
Let the Geek Patrol be your guide as you delve into the worlds of science, gaming, and pop culture. This is Geek Tank Radio.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Geek Patrol, and our microphones don't have a stun setting. This season of Geek Tank Radio is brought to you by Crud infection tablets. If you're going to get sick this weekend anyway, why not do it on your own terms? Now you can take control with Crud infection tablets. Choose from runny nose, scratchy throat, vomiting, or even diarrhea. Pick your poison with Crud infection tablets. I'm dosing up later today. I just want to get it out of the way.
If I'm getting sick, you're all getting sick.
No, they work. I've been on mine for a good week.
Yeah.
You have.
No, I mean,
and the first day I took it, I will say side effect included lack of ability to talk.
Yeah, it eliminates all the mystery, Brandon. I mean, that's why
I don't
go
believe
for it.
that Brody ever took anything that made it where he couldn't talk.
It was true. I was like,
he'll force it out. Yeah, absolutely. But welcome to Geek Tank, everybody. Yeah, this is our pre-Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention show. And if everything goes well, we might even be bringing you some live episodes from the Memphis Comic and Fantasy.
There's no might. We are.
Yeah. So, but actually, preparations.
We're geared up, Joe. If you're there, we're doing it or not.
Yeah, it's like, you may not be there.
Well, technology doesn't always cooperate, as Alan can attest. So, but anyway, no, there's a lot here, and we're not even going to tease anything, Brandon.
Okay.
Everybody's got to just strap in for Geek Tank Radio.
Geek Tank Radio. More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. No matter what nefarious plan he has cooked up, Alan always keeps it educational. Get banished to Professor Gilbreth's Science Corner.
It is time to check in on our favorite Lex Luthor.
Yay.
Allie loves this guy.
What? You take that back. He is our supreme overlord, and he will be ruling us one day with his AI.
Once the camps are together.
Oh, no, I'm not joking.
He's not joking.
No, I'm not joking at all.
Allie, you and I could be cellmates once he establishes the camps for the non-believers. Yeah.
I believe in the Church of Elon.
Anyway.
Elon Musk.
What do you got, Alan?
Well,
I'm a musketeer.
well, let's follow up on a story we did 2 years ago when Elon jumped out there and was talking about his house batteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. That was really cool, but you notice we didn't hear anything about it.
How we will fuel our unit.
They were ideas, they weren't realized
But
yet.
Elon likes to do that, and we'll be selling these in 90-day kind of predictions.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
All right, so apparently he's
Let's turn
listening
off our
in.
phone. Okay.
So, one of the big keys to the big giant house battery was the fact that you could have a solar roof.
Yes. I'm all for this.
Yeah.
And this way now your solar roof would charge up your big house battery.
Right.
And then your house battery would run everything, and the grid would then become secondary to your house.
Right.
So, we live in the South.
Yep.
How many bright, sunshiny, hot days do we have down here?
We just got done with 4 months worth.
We went from summer to fall, or really summer to winter. Instantly. Yeah.
We went from 60 degrees to 28 degrees.
Yeah.
However, it is a bright, sunny day out there today.
It is?
Yeah.
So, they had a couple of delays, a couple of production delays because, well, as we all know, Elon is a little bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work the way he wants it to work, he's not going to put it out.
I don't like the way it looks. The aesthetic is not
pleasing. He wasn't quite getting the performance he wanted out of it. Let's jump forward now to modern day. A couple of years of research, a couple of new material changes.
A little bit more nanotechnology.
Well, and not even that, just old school kind of stuff. Let's just get back to old school manufacturing. And now he is predicting, as we get ready to come out next year with the Elon roof, is that instead of being a premium roof, it is now going to be within a few percentage points of a good old-fashioned, standard, everyday asphalt roof.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is incredible news. Okay, so, but to put this in the price point range, so he was talking this roof would be in the upwards of like 5, 7, 8, 10 grand.
10, yeah.
You know? So
Which
now,
was worth it. honestly was worth
Well,
it.
sure, because what you buy in the roof, you're actually making up for in your utility costs.
Oh, yeah.
So
and peace of mind, man.
right. Well, now he's talking about a roof that is
5.
or less.
Depending upon your roof space. But let's say if it was a $10,000 roof before, we're now talking 5 or 6.
Now
Wow.
I'm in. Now I'm 100,000%.
If I can't have the franchise, I'm going to look at him and say, take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, all right, Elon,
You got me,
dude,
buddy.
finally. Now, it's only 2 years delay. So this really isn't a big delay.
No.
And if he gets the product he's looking for.
Better than his rocket ship.
Ooh, you mentioned the rocket ship.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the rocket ship this week.
Yay.
On Monday, SpaceX, that other company, is also doing a job for another new Elon Musk company, StarLink.
Wait, how many of these companies is he running?
Well, it's all in the advancement of science, right?
Well, this one not so much. Starlink is to provide broadband service to anybody anywhere on the face of this planet.
So basically, the Tesla of internet.
Yes.
Okay, I'm all in on this.
Okay. Well, the problem
Everybody
is
gets internet.
Yeah, this
You
does
get
sound
internet.
like,
You get internet. He's the Oprah of science, y'all.
Yeah, this is Nikola Tesla's
You
idea.
get cancer.
right?
You get cancer. You get cancer.
well, I was actually thinking of
He's a
like,
bigger humanitarian than the people at Starbucks.
I was thinking of a silly British spy movie with Samuel L. Jackson as a bad guy, but
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Elon put his rockets to work this week.
Yes.
Rolled up into low Earth orbit and dropped off 60 brand new communication satellites.
Can we rename that to Urbit?
Yeah, to orbit. It's still early.
60, Alan?
60.
Yeah, only 60.
What's it looking like up there? Because those things orbit in the same lanes as all these beat up ones that are falling apart.
You ever been
it's
to
like
Millington?
Coruscant, man.
You ever
It's
been to
like-
Millington and like right off of Navy Road there, and there's that big old junk heap, That's kind of, I think, what Urbit looks like right now.
Only those things are going 20,000 miles an hour or something. So it's like, yeah.
See, and you would think that, but Elon's already got you covered.
Well, all right. Back in May,
Yeah.
back in May, very quietly even, and I'm very surprised for Elon because he doesn't do too much that's quiet. Back in May, they snuck up there and dropped off the first 60 satellites.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So here we go.
I love it when he sneaks stuff in.
He kind of eased them up there.
I feel like, oh, you naughty boy, you.
Well, what happened, Joe? And this is I'm looking at you, Joe.
Okay.
We're addressing there's a lot of junk up there.
Yeah.
And as we've seen from various Sundered movies, a paint chip at 19,000 miles per hour will mess up your afternoon plans.
Yeah, I saw Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
I know what she
got
went through.
slapped
Yeah.
around a little bit. All right. Of all of his new satellites have collision avoidance technology.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Wait.
yes.
CAT. Oh, cat.
There you go.
So they're
They've got
cat-like.
cats.
They have
cat-like
cat-like
reflexes.
reflexes.
Nimbly bimbly.
And with the first 60 they launched back in May, there have been 16 instances of collision avoidance.
Well, what does that mean? I mean, how do you avoid that thing? It's not like they steer really well, do they? Or
Well, they're very aware of their environment around them. They see if something's coming at them, and they can take evasive maneuvers as needed.
huh? I'm surprised
I
they have
kinda
that
hope
kind of mobility.
Every time that it like dodges, I want it to say like, watch out. Oh.
Coming through.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Brady, here we go. He has permission to launch 10,000 of these satellites.
Oh, come on. Oh no.
Now, that's
We
a
didn't want
different.
that.
That's a different segment.
He's gonna probably scan some roofs on all your houses.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna start putting stuff into your house with the computers, and then he's gonna have all these satellites up in space.
Oh,
He's gonna control everybody.
it's Big Brother time on steroids, isn't it, Allie? That's
Well,
boy. You have the right instincts, Allie. I'll give you that, but chill out.
No, we're gonna say that until she can use her cell phone in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
in a couple of years as Allie travels the world.
Oh, it's not about money. That's just where we're all going to have to live because America is going to be such trash.
Oh,
Hey.
oh,
Okay, anyway.
I'm just saying.
Right now we're doing pretty good though.
All right.
They have 24 more of these missions scheduled for next year. So at 60 satellites per mission, that's 2 every 2 weeks. So remember we talked about how fast he could make rockets? He's making satellites that fast.
Time out, Alan, real quick. You talked, okay, because sometimes, you hopscotch, in my opinion. I've been keeping careful notes of what you said. You said we're going to all get broadband.
He was watching a butterfly a minute ago. He wasn't keeping notes.
You said we're going to all get free Wi-Fi or
I did not say
free
that.
broadband.
I did not say that.
I said it.
Okay, well, worldwide, accessible, and affordable. Let's say that. Well,
Yes.
I thought that comes from like satellite towers and or cell phone towers and stuff.
Don't confuse infrared with AM/FM.
Okay, so if you're in the Sahara
That's completely
Desert,
different.
these 10,000 satellites will give you a
We'll
connection.
have the world blanketed, and thus we will have broadband communication
It's why
everywhere.
you can get a really crappy phone signal, but still be able to surf the web.
Are they going
boy.
to have, are they going to be called fireflies? Be 10,000 fireflies?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know why, Alan. I'm picturing.
Could not believe your eyes.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
picturing Rogue One where they have a shield
We
around
don't
an
wanna put
entire
Ralph
planet.
into that.
That's I don't know, Alan. I mean,
All
I'm
right,
kind
save
of
that.
leaning towards Allie
Actually, I
now,
kinda
but
like
yeah.
it.
Well,
do love
let's
Alpha.
address the junk issue.
Yeah.
Because with that many satellites, something's bound to break down, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
no. Yeah.
All right. Well, when the collision avoidance technology breaks down, the
When Kitty
satellite-
Cat goes bad,
when it does not function,
bad kitty.
it actually commits suicide.
Yes.
It drops out of orbit and slams into the Earth's atmosphere and goes away.
It takes one for the team.
It-
takes, okay, good.
Guys, I'm a failure. I'm out.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's not just going to hang around and float around up there like a derelict.
But is it going to, disintegrate properly, or are we just going to every day be like, oh, there goes the satellite, umbrellas up?
Damn it, Elon.
Yeah.
Oh! Have you not got to the suicide clause yet?
Wait, yes.
It's like the scene in Watchmen where the squids fall from the sky, and you're like, oh, damn, here come the squiddies.
Well, in this case,
I'm the only one watching that show.
You and Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
You and Wayne.
Oh, here come the damn squids. Pull over, Mom. We got to squeegee them off the roof. Seriously,
Well,
it's a
this-
scene in Watchmen.
Some of us have been a little busy.
Yeah. It's these are going to be a little more substantive than a squid.
Yeah.
So
Alan, sorry.
Yes.
Here
Sorry,
comes
not,
the suicide bots.
not to beat this into the ground, but is
late.
he going to have a monopoly on the? Because what if his stuff bumps into other satellites that don't have this cat system on there? And
that's just it.
They're called terrorist bots.
and he'll say, yeah.
Well, that's the whole point of the CAT system. Is even if it moves into the orbit of something else that's in the way, it will go around it.
What if by doing that?
I gotta commit suicide. Don't.
What if like
don't
the
bump into me.
NBC satellite slams into the CNN? And it's all because of Tesla's cat system.
No.
Who sues
Well,
who is what
no,
I
no,
guess
First
I'm
of all,
wondering, so, yeah.
his CAT system has nothing to do with NBC or CNN. And if
Okay.
the two of them collide and crash, that's a good thing. Have you seen the programming they put out recently?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah. As long as Disney
It's
Plus
like-
is orbiting, we're in good shape. So
yeah.
Disney Plus and
Don't-
Netflix, as long as they're up in the air.
Don't
we're
give
good.
Fox any ideas. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Oh, please.
Here-
Do you think Fox News has their own satellites? No. They piggyback and steal off something else just like every other Republican.
Hey.
Gotta go
All right.
political.
I'm
All right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I guess everybody knows what I've been doing this week.
Yeah. You've been watching the news. You got to quit that. All right.
bad
So
for your
Joe, to
health.
address
It really
your
is.
issue.
Yeah.
So here comes the lumbering old piece of space junk from 1960.
Yeah.
The CAT system will move their satellite out of the way.
Okay.
And does Elon have a monopoly on this? No. There is another company that has already begun launching their satellites.
Jeff Bezos.
There is another company already launching their satellites to do the exact same thing.
Oh God, this is going to turn into the
They're
demolition derby.
They're
up
called
there. It's like-
Primalites,
Yeah.
not
Right.
satellites. Primalites.
yeah.
Can I bring this back to full-on geekdom?
Yeah.
Anybody remember Highlander 2?
Oh.
Yes.
Alan does. Yeah.
The giant shield that the satellites
yeah.
controlled where you couldn't get oxygen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you pay for yeah. See, this is where it's going. Allie's right.
No, it's not.
Burn the whole thing.
Stop
down.
it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You stop it. We actually have deflector shields now. They're just a massive, giant space chunk, and now the aliens can't look at us. Thank you,
Basically,
Elon.
Earth is now
Tony
wearing
Stark's
a
dream
foil
come
hat.
true.
Yes, exactly. It's Tony Stark's dream. Imagine.
But it wasn't a good dream.
It was a fantastic
Everyone agreed
dream.
it was a
the
bad
aliens
dream.
can't see us. We have our umbrella up. You stop it, you peeping Tom creeper aliens. You.
Suit in every major city.
Hashtag us too.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. Gadgets,
gizmos,
games.
Oh my.
These guys got their hands on it in the tank. Geek Tank Radio is on.
We got gaming news today, my friend.
Man, a lot of it too. Well, I'm tired. I don't know about you.
A
little sleepy.
I stayed up too late.
How many hours did you clock in there?
Like after the downloads were finished and everything, probably like 2, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I was done about 1:30. Of course, we unpacked, unraveled, and started diving into the new Star Wars Jedi-Fallen Order.
Yes.
And I would have to say, I'm pretty impressed.
It's really cool.
It's very pretty. Not as pretty as Death Stranding.
No.
But it also didn't take
But pretty is pretty much all Death Stranding has going for it.
Well, you know, if you like delivering stuff and delivering quests, then Death Stranding is for you. If you like playing, actually, a video game, because that's what this is all about, then maybe Jedi Fallen Order is for you, because, boy, it kind of dives right in with, like, go.
It really does. What I loved about it was, like, I started playing, and, you know, you're kind of walking around. They don't even give you like a tutorial of like move the left stick to run or
I
X
actually
to jump or anything.
Quite enjoyed that, because it was like, hey, you've probably played a video game once or twice in your life. Do it.
Yeah. Like here, we just assume that you're
not an idiot.
You know what to do. You're not dumb.
Yeah.
But then like when it started getting into more specific stuff, it was like use the Force, use R1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To climb on stuff, hold L2.
Right.
Like, you know, that
Which
kind of
took me a minute to like kind of grasp that concept.
That like you had to hold a button to
yeah,
climb things?
well, because it kind of feels very like Star Wars meets Assassin's Creed a little bit.
I was thinking Uncharted, but yeah.
Uncharted is another good one where
I said that a lot when I was on my playthrough last night.
On Twitch, on the Twitch channel. Yeah, so it does feel very Uncharted, especially there in the beginning.
With all of the platforming and stuff.
Sure.
It's the way that I was thinking of it was like it has this really good mix of like Uncharted, like especially Uncharted 4, as big as like some of the maps were on Uncharted 4, that kind of like exploration.
It feels sandboxy, but platformy sandboxy.
With a lot like the Dark Souls comparisons that a lot of people were making are very apt.
Yeah.
Like
how many times did that damn frog kill you?
Oh my god, I was gonna ask you about that. Oh,
I hate frogs.
Stupid giant frog.
So if you haven't played it yet, you encounter kind of off the bat stormtroopers. They're on there's a train sequence, and then you go to another planet. Like you're whisked away, and come to find out you are a Jedi or a Padawan, and you're whisked away to another planet that has indigenous life that wants to eat and kill you.
Of course, because this is Star Wars. Things want to kill you.
Yeah,
it's Space Australia.
It is, and it is very. We do find our outback quite.
Oh my gosh,
literally
dude.
very
like there's some bugs and stuff that are there that you're just like meh, and you slice them with your lightsaber and they die. But then there are these giant frogs.
Man,
and
I got ate too many times.
I died twice to the same frog, because when we say it makes a Dark Souls comparison, the reason that we say that is because one, when you can only save at save points in the same way that you can only save at bonfires in a Dark Souls game.
Sure.
And then when you use the meditation point in the Star Wars game, it's a meditation point. When you use it to rest and restore your health and your force bar, all the enemies respawn.
Yes.
Exactly the same way they do in a Dark Souls game.
Yes. And by the way, that's the only place you can access your skill tree.
Yes. It's the only place you can level up and access your skill tree and everything. The other way that it's very similar to a Dark Souls game is whatever enemy killed you takes all of your XP, and in order to get it all back, you have to
kill it. Yeah. Damn frog.
Stupid frogs. So,
although I did feel very like I was like, yes, I got redemption here. Whenever you do finally end up killing the frog.
I haven't killed one yet.
Oh, you haven't killed one yet?
Well, okay, so I went on, because I fought it before I got the little droid that has the heal things.
Oh, yeah.
For you. So I was trying to fight it without being able to heal myself.
I did that, and then I got frustrated. I ran away, and then I got my BB-1, who's, by the way, the coolest little droid. I thought, like, we have our monopoly on cute droids in the Star Wars universe.
Right,
No,
R2 and BB-8?
Nope, BB-1. BB-1 is like right up
BD one.
No, it's BB.
It's BD.
Is it BD?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I call him BB-1. I'm linking Death Stranding and
you are
but because it's like a little baby.
He is really tiny.
Yeah, he's a little cute, and you can customize. By the way,
my gosh, the customization,
lightsaber, your poncho,
I love that you can customize your poncho.
I'm rocking a different poncho every time I turn on the damn game. I'm like, oh sweet, lightsaber.
Yeah, but then there's also, so you have the Uncharted kind of exploration elements. You have Dark Souls level of combat, and I don't want to say it's as difficult because I know for a fact that I jumped off a ledge multiple times, and it just kind of
that stupid ledges.
Well, it puts you back on the ledge that you were beforehand with just a little chip of your health off. If this were a Souls game, you would die.
You did. Yeah. Which is, by the way, I think if we were playing at a harder level.
I'm playing on normal. So.
Yeah, I am too.
I was
I'm like story mode or Jedi Knight. I'll go with the Jedi Knight.
Dude, I loved when you're starting a new game and you're picking your difficulty level.
Yeah.
It gives you a couple of bar graphs to show you okay,
how hard is this going to get?
Here's how much more difficult this difficulty is going to be than the previous.
From Jedi Knight to Jedi Master, it jumps quite a bit. But then when you go to the
hardest difficulty, Jedi Grandmaster is like.
Shut up. You might as well be Yoda.
I do love how, when you're going through, what's basically the tutorial section of the game, after you're discovered and fighting stormtroopers and stuff, how the game is it gives you the option, you can block, but you'll run out of block stamina real fast. Or, if you can time it correctly, you can parry.
I am the king of parry right now.
And I my favorite thing was reflecting blaster bolts back at stormtroopers, which in other Star Wars games is the most basic thing ever. You just hold the button down and they go pew pew pew, and then the stormtroopers die. But this game, you have to actually time it correctly. Yeah. But because it adds that level of challenge, it's way more fun.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I'm glad we're not OP. And it was a great way to introduce a new character. That unlike, and we're gonna go back to it.
Yeah,
Force Unleashed, where you basically start out OP and you just get more OP as the story progresses.
Normal stormtroopers can't even bother you in Force Unleashed.
Whereas this one, you start as a Padawan and the story makes sense.
You really feel like a Padawan.
But you do have Force powers. It's not like you're I got to figure out how to Force grip. Also, and I don't know if you've progressed this far into the story yet, Andy, but he has a really cool Force-sensitive ability.
Yes, I love this. I think it's really cool. It's called psychometry.
Yes.
And basically what it means is he can touch an object and sense the object's history through the Force.
And I think when you're introduced to this new Force-sensitive ability, he picks up a guitar, instrument.
Yeah, he picks up a string instrument, which I don't know if you noticed this, but the first thing out of my mouth when he picked it up was really? You're playing a string instrument with a glove on?
Yeah, it's true. Where are them calluses? And boy, I mean, he starts ripping this song out, and I was like, sweet. I hope this doesn't turn into Star Wars Garage Band.
Right?
I
don't want a Star Wars rhythm game. We had that with Star Wars Connect with the Han Solo thing, and
exactly.
It was awful.
It was terrible. So I was a little worried when it started in on it, and I was like, don't tell me to mash buttons in the right sequence.
Oh,
but
no.
It didn't. It didn't go there, and it was
it
cool
was a story beat, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the character. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. Sierra,
Syrup,
something like that.
Syrup.
But who she claims to have formerly been a Jedi and is one no longer.
We actually get the reason why fairly early on. I'm now into like the third stage, if you will. I'm on a different planet already and exploring my little took-us-off because I like to advance the story and then I'll go back and find the nitty-gritty.
See, you and I are different types of gamers. Like, I'm the kind of guy who, when you give me a big open area to explore,
you're gonna find
I'm gonna go everywhere.
Now, I do that to a point, but I like to progress the story. In fact, I kick myself because every time I'm about halfway through a game, I'm like, I should have just done story mode this time and done a harder level next time because I'm more interested in the story.
Well, for me, the reason I do it that way is because, like, I look at the game and I go, if I want to be able to progress the story, eventually I'm going to have boss fights.
Sure.
Right? So I look at the game and I go, if I want to be able to progress the story very well, if I can do all of the side mission stuff and all of the secret stuff that gets you extra experience points, I can be stronger when I fight bosses.
My workaround for that is I don't leave an area with an enemy.
Yeah,
which was so painful to me, like running away from the damn frog.
Yeah, right.
Because I was like, no, let's kill it, and then there's a bigger lizard, and I'm like, I want to kill it, and
that giant thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it looks so cool.
Can't even get close to it. Yeah, but like the creature, kind of even like your captain, if you will, who's not really the captain of the ship.
He's not really the captain.
Yeah,
I think it's just his boat.
He's a pilot. Yeah, it's his boat. That kind of creature creation,
dude. I was looking at it and I was like, that doesn't look too terribly different from what you would just see in a Star Wars movie.
That's what I was saying.
He just looks really good.
The voice acting and by the way, the stars at the beginning, we were worried that we were going to get a hint of Joker. And try to like peel that away from what's his name?
Cameron Monaghan.
Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah.
Very at the very onslaught. In the beginning, I felt that way. By the second little cut scene, it was out of my head.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. And great mocap on the faces because he's a great actor. And you actually see acting in this video game.
Yeah, well, the way that they captured performances was just really
good,
really well done.
And then, of course, Sierra, when we're on the ship and she's acting, which she's a phenomenal actor as well.
I see. This is the kind of the thing that bugs me about some of this stuff is like I know who that is.
Yeah.
But I cannot remember her name.
I know. And at this
point...
Same
thing with like the voice for his master. I know this voice.
Marks of a great actor is they turn into that character, and from now on, that is that character for me. Sierra will always be... nobody can voice that again. Kyle Katarn was that way for me.
Yeah.
That actor will always be Kyle Katarn. Every time I hear that, voice and everything.
Oh, that's Kyle Katarn.
Yeah.
It's like when you hear Mark Hamill in anything.
Mark Hamill. That's always Joker, or whatever. So
which is funny because we're talking about a Star Wars game.
Yeah, exactly.
But we think of Mark Hamill, we go, oh, he's the Joker. Like
or when he's talking in like his normal
voice.
He's
Luke Skywalker.
That's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So I think that's the mark of a good actor, and we get that now. Granted, we've only experienced 5 characters at this point. Just literally a handful of characters.
I really appreciate, like, a lot of times when they do that, like, big scale kind of stuff in an adventure story and they bring in, 1 million characters or whatever, it loses the ability to make connections with those characters.
Especially with big characters.
Yeah, they just become
big
archetypes.
actors. Yeah, with big actors, they're like, oh, by the way, here's Norman Reedus. Enjoy him. And by the way, here's Guillermo del Toro, and we're going to throw him in your face.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a really bad time with Death Stranding.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. So to switch gears, because we love Star Wars Jedi-Fallen Order.
We're going to keep
playing it.
Yes.
It's a great game.
Watch the Twitch channel as Andy plays through it.
Yes.
And we'll go back. Probably it'll take us about 2 weeks to really get through.
Probably a lot more than that. Apparently, this game is huge.
Well, I mean, if the skill tree is any indication, we're in for a long haul.
Yes.
So with that being said, and plus all the customization and everything with that, to get 100%, we're going to be Spider-Maning this.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
So we'll reserve more thought on that in probably a couple seasons. But going to Death Stranding, because
that's the other big game that came out recently.
I've been on it, and I'm not going to lie. I didn't want to buy it. I didn't buy it. And I started watching walkthroughs and playthroughs from some of my trusted sources.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't buy it.
I watched the same stuff that you did.
Yeah.
And when we hit about the 30-minute mark into the game, and there had still only been about 5 to 10 minutes of actual gameplay.
Right.
The entirety of which is you walking.
Yes. Trying not to fall over.
Trying not to fall over because you might be over-encumbered.
Yeah.
Because, okay, here's the thing. Basically, what Hideo Kojima has done is made a really, really pretty game with really, really great actors in it. I mean, Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, Troy Baker, Guillermo del Toro is in it.
Right. I can't think of Fragile's name at this point.
No, she's a French actress.
Fragile.
I cannot remember her name right now.
I can't either. But in any event...
But there's a ton of really good actors. It's a very, very pretty game.
Yep.
Excuse me. He's made a very, very pretty, really long movie.
Right.
All the gameplay of which is everything that any gamer hates about gameplay.
Right.
Which is...
Fetch quest.
It's an entire game of a fetch quest or multiple fetch quests.
Yep. You're an IT. You are FedEx versus UPS IT man.
And the over encumbrance stuff from say Skyrim, is probably its most irritating mechanic.
Yeah.
And that's all over this game.
And I hate it because it shows how much you're carrying.
Yeah.
On your character, unlike most games where it's like, oh, you've got a backpack that's off camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't see all the crap that you're carrying. In this one, you can, and it looks absolutely ridiculous because you will stack up on your backpack about 3 of your heights. And even though you have an exoskeleton that helps you carry more, and you've got power gloves and power boots and all those other...
Yeah.
Okay. You're still so over encumbered for the natural human being,
right?
That it is absolutely ridiculous.
It looks silly.
You are silly. You're silly, man, carrying silly stuff for a silly game. It would have been better, and Brandon and I kind of hinted at this. It's almost like Hideo Kojima wanted to make a Netflix movie or a Netflix show.
Yes, he wanted to make a Netflix show, but they wouldn't buy it.
They wouldn't buy into it. So he said, fine, I'm going to make a game. And then they go, well, what's the game? Well, you're a delivery guy, and you have to connect the bridges to America, which died because, And he kind of crowbarred this gameplay into
this story he wanted to tell.
Because the story is kind of cool.
Well, the story, okay, we watched, a couple of hours?
Yeah.
And we still have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you don't really actually.
Which isn't really unusual for a Hideo Kojima project. When you go back and look at the story of Metal Gear, it really doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, at all. But about halfway through, I would say the halfway point, you kind of yeah.
Okay, for some reason, from what we can gather so far of the story, for some reason, the worlds of the living and the dead are kind of merging.
So, yeah, well...
there's something... For some reason, rain...
It's called Timefall.
Is now called Timefall, and it accelerates aging. Rapidly accelerates aging.
Right. And basically what it is these Death Stranding events have taken place in the past before. Okay. And it's basically the world cleanse itself, for lack of a better term. And so basically the world is killing off its predators, for lack of a better term, which is basically anything that's living on it, so it can restart.
Okay.
Hey, man, I just sit there and watch it. I don't try to make sense of it.
Okay. Thanks for that, Kojima. That sounds great.
I don't. Again, I'm only about halfway through because, and here's the other problem that I have with it. When I'm watching my gameplay or watching the movie cutscenes, which is, by the way, like 12 hours long, I keep falling asleep.
Right?
It's a slog, man.
Right? Like, seriously, we sat here and rewatched the first 30 minutes of this game just now, and I looked at Brody and I went, I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm ready for a nap.
I am tired now.
You have to take a break. Like,
it's exhausting.
Watching the cutscenes.
Yeah.
And that's just the movie part.
Right.
Imagine playing it.
It's, oh my God. Okay.
Anyway, so thankfully, EA, oh my God, I can't believe I said it.
How are we saying this right now?
Thankfully, EA put out a game, an actual game.
That's enjoyable.
What the hell? Up is down, left is right. Death Stranding is upon us.
Up is down, left is right. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
It's gorgeous. I actually do think that Jedi-Fallen Order will be, I'm saying it now.
Are you about to say Game of the Year?
One of the finalists for Game of the Year.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Think about other games that we've had come out this year.
I know. So far, this has been the only game that has gripped me, and granted, it has a Star Wars title, so it already has that going for it.
Right.
But it's already had me by the short hairs from 5 minutes of gameplay.
Well, it drops you in the middle of the action, essentially, which is how you want to. Because this is and I wish Alan was here because he would confirm this for me. But any good story, to try to grip the audience, needs to grab their attention as soon as possible.
Right.
Which is exactly what Jedi-Fallen Order does.
Right.
And exactly the opposite of what Death Stranding did.
Right. And it's compelling in the sense that you meet a character right off the bat, and I automatically had a connection with the side character that was only there for 10 minutes.
Right.
I miss Prof.
Yeah, he was cool.
I said it. I miss Prof. I didn't know the little creature, but I missed him.
He was not little.
Well, he was a giant.
He was big. He was a big dude.
But I missed the little guy. I miss my Prof.
He was a fun character. I'm
really well acted too, by the way.
But I see what they had to do there with him.
Yeah,
because it establishes the second sister as oh dang,
that's a bad guy.
Okay.
And then
which Star Wars has the ability to be oh, as a bad guy, how do you know? Well, they have a red lightsaber. Oh, okay.
And they have a weird mask on.
And a weird mask.
Yeah. Which they did with the other
the ninth sister. So there's two. Okay. So for anybody who hasn't seen
Rebels,
the Inquisitors, especially the female Inquisitors who get sent after Jedi survivors, are all part of the sisters group, whose actual name I can't remember right now.
I don't remember.
But
Night Sister
in Star Wars Rebels,
Night Mother.
In Star Wars Rebels, they faced the seventh sister, and in this game, Cal Kestis is going to have to face the second and the ninth sister.
Yeah, which is a big old sister.
Yes,
that's a big old.
Yes, the ninth sister is big.
That's a big old sister.
She big.
I can't say what I want to say.
No. I know what he wants to say, and it's funny, but we can't do it.
Right.
But yeah, it's. I saw what they did there.
You don't want to mess with her.
In order to this was.
She will ruin your day and eat your lunch.
This was the dumb thing to me, was that right after that happened, the ninth sister gets a hold of Cal, and then just drops him.
When has a Jedi ever fallen and died?
Not survived?
Right.
They
always live.
They always survive.
Hashtag Mace Windu lives.
Why would you Mace Windu confirmed for episode 9?
You can't kill a Jedi by falling. It just is impossible.
It doesn't work.
They don't die.
It never works.
And the bad guys across the board insist on just going, haha, you're dead. I'm going to drop you from a cliff. No, you dummy. Stab him. Anyway,
Never, ever do that. Never do that.
And it's great because you don't see that second sister, the big one.
The ninth sister.
The ninth sister. At all. The rest of the
rest of that whole thing.
That whole thing.
No,
like,
you see the second sister again.
The second sister comes back.
Whose voice I can also recognize. And I want to look this up, but I don't.
I like it like this.
I kind of like it like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna remember it at some point.
Brandon, I love you, but when you look up, it ruins it for me. I like that veil of
mystery,
and that's who that is.
Yeah,
don't ruin that.
I'm kind of with you on this. Like his master's voice. I know that I know it.
No,
I know that I know it.
Don't tell me.
But I don't want to look it up because I want to like keep it.
I like it
there.
I like it.
Yeah,
just like this.
Yeah.
Keep going, Jedi-Fallen Order.
Absolutely.
I love this.
It is.
And EA.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna say to EA. Keep your fingers off.
Just distribute. You've done a great job distributing this great developed game by Respawn. Okay? Respawn? Fantastic. Let's hug it out. Let's go have a beer. Okay? You did good.
Yeah.
All right. EA?
Which I found really funny, by the way, that when you die, it says respawn instead of, reload or whatever.
Or live again.
Yeah, or, revive or something like that.
No,
it's respawn. Because we have to plug ourselves.
Right. Hey, keep doing it, Respawn. You did great.
Yeah, you do you, Respawn.
You do you.
EA,
let's shake hands. Let's shake hands and say, you did a good job. Okay.
Good job publishing and distributing this game.
You did a fantastic job at that.
Now leave it alone.
Now don't touch it. Hands off. Smack.
No. No, EA. No touchy.
We've talked about them.
We've played them.
And now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here.
Let's go, Ready Player Geek.
Where we unpack and dive into single-player, story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
You're never too old for animated goodness.
From books to the screen, you are in the Geek Tank.
I can't believe it's been 10 years, you guys. 10 years ago since we started the Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention.
They grow up so fast.
From such auspicious beginnings.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one was terrible. I don't care. I'm just going to say it.
You got
was
three
bad.
hardened vets right here.
Yeah, I made so many mistakes.
I'm like a medium soft vet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like hard boiled.
You're like an over easy?
Yeah, Allie came in after we had, a lot of our learning.
7 years I've been there, baby.
Yeah, she came in.
I'm fully blooded.
Yeah, Alan was there from day one, so was Brandon.
I'm 3.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, Joe, we had 9 months leading up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it in less than a year.
Yeah.
But actually, it was closer to 6 months. But anyway.
So how has it evolved? Like, what?
Well, yeah. So this is our 10 year, and honestly, I feel like we are sort of a well-oiled machine at this point. We've pretty much gotten rid of things that just aren't really that interesting, and we're focusing on things that people really like.
Yeah, now I'm focusing on people to get rid of.
Yeah, well, that's an off-air discussion, but yeah. So, but well, for one thing, Brody, we're back in we're back in East Memphis, and I'm just going to say it now: the Memphis Marriott East has the coolest staff ever, from top to bottom. The general manager, and it's a beautiful hotel.
Memphis East.
Marriott Memphis East is awesome. I don't know why we weren't there before. Honestly,
we know exactly why we weren't there before.
Yeah.
And it really has to do with an amazing woman by the name of Monica, who treated us like gold, and that's why they had us elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
But then we moved on. We left the Hilton. We went and did the guest house at Graceland for 2 years.
Who've been great, by the way. They're doing Geek 101.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, for our field trips, absolutely.
But we had people who were going, why can't you come back to East Memphis? Please come back to East Memphis. We loved you in East Memphis because it is a very centralized location.
Yeah.
And let's just be honest, Memphians feel safer.
Well, it's right off the interstate.
Right? It's easy to find.
Yeah.
It's near.
Right by all the things.
You can eat like a block away. There's all sorts of places to eat. Yeah, it's a good location.
What we didn't know is that several years back they did renovations in there and opened up a ton of convention space.
Yeah. We just didn't know about it.
We just didn't know about it. So.
So now it's in a we're just going to go out and say it, a brand new renovated space at the Marriott Memphis East.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, Brody. This is going to be our most comfortable convention. Every square inch of that place it just feels good. You feel comfortable. It's enjoyable. Go ahead, Alan. Yeah.
Well, the best thing in the world is you're not going to have to hike.
No.
Yeah. Let me throw this in as a person that does a lot of conventions.
Yeah.
There are a lot of times where what you want to do is 3 floors away, 9 floors over here, or maybe even another building.
And then it does prevent you from getting to those, like, if you want to, say, do a table discussion over here, and then, but there's a gaming something over there that I kind of was interested in, but you have to pick and choose. It's like going to a theme park, and I want to see Mickey Mouse do this, but I'm going to be in the line for this ride, and it's going to be
a half a mile away is the other stuff you want to do. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there will be times, even this year, where you'll see 2 things that are scheduled against each other, and you're like, man, that sucks. I want to go to both of those. Well, blame Allie for that.
Yeah, it's Allie's fault.
It's always my fault. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that being said, we're starting to get into programming. Let's talk about what's happening tonight.
Okay.
This being Friday.
All right. Go ahead.
So tonight we're going to kick it off. It's our musical night.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it off at 7 p.m. with Kaza in concert. We love Kaza and Hideki.
Oh yeah.
We don't know who their new drummer is. I mean, we're gonna.
Well, it's like Spinal Tap, as I've said.
Yeah, so, they are the main staples, and honestly, Hideki puts on an incredible show.
He
on
shreds.
that
guy.
He shreds.
This guy's a great guitarist.
I mean, anybody who's listened to the show knows he's not very talkative. He's very shy until he gets his guitar out.
Yeah,
until he's around me, I make him talk. Shut up, Hideki.
But. So they'll be performing at 7:00 tonight.
Nice.
At 8:00 we're going to kick off with our MCFC sing along. We're going to be doing The Greatest Showman again. It's returning from last year.
What a fun movie!
It's a lot of fun. And before anybody gets in there, he's horrible. It doesn't matter. This is a drama about happiness and excitement, and
more importantly, the music.
It's about the music.
And that
Come
Noble,
and sing along.
Hey, Brandon,
Yes.
the Noble Ballroom where we're going to be screening our movies.
Yeah,
it feels great. It's just a fun room. I don't know how to describe it.
I haven't been in it set up theater style, but I've been in it just for meetings and stuff like that, and it's amazing. It's just,
I've been in there.
It feels comfortable.
Yeah, it feels fun.
I like how it's named Noble Ballroom.
Yeah.
So. Now, after that, we'll have a little bit of a break after Greatest Showman, and at 10:00 we're going to kick off Anna and the Apocalypse. It's a Scottish musical about zombies at Christmas time.
Nice.
Why not? Man?
It stars Ella Hunt, who, if you have watched the Apple TV show Dickinson, she plays Sue. She plays Emily Dickinson's best friend.
Okay.
After that, we'll have another, little bit of a break, and then at midnight, the Cinemassacast experience will take over.
Yeah,
that goes real late from what Wayne was saying last season.
They will run from midnight to 10 a.m. They are our overnight entertainment for when you're just not ready to go to bed yet.
Overnight or hungover entertainment?
We get a lot of those guys.
Not on Friday night. The hangover hasn't begun until Saturday morning.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, you should mention, though, of course, we open around 3, but there's all sorts of activities and panels going on. You're giving us sort of the headline.
Well, I'm hitting you with the headlines.
There's things going on 24 hours a day.
Unfortunately, we can't say 24 hours a day because we don't open the doors to the public until 3:30 today.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, when we first kick off, you're going to have access to the dealer room. The board game library will be open. Video games should be set up and ready to go. But our first panel's not until later that evening.
Okay.
We want people to mix and mingle and stuff.
We will, at 5 o'clock in the Craft Hall, which is over by the Noble Ballroom, Yvonne Williams, Back to Earth Creations, will be doing a leatherworking demo. I guess.
I'm all about some leather.
She's gonna be teaching people how to work with leather and design their stuff.
And they go home with something, which is cool.
You'll get to make
your own
something
craft.
that you take home with you.
Yeah.
Over in our Madison room, which is upstairs, you will be able to watch Will Blanton lose his mind trying to do a speed run on the classic NES game Castlevania.
Is that advisable?
It's if you want,
we can watch his suffering for our
If you want to watch his,
entertainment.
watch his suffering for your entertainment. But it's also great to heckle him. Will Will is a Twitch affiliate. I don't know if he's going to be streaming this for his Twitch channel or not.
Okay,
but he's always enjoyable to watch, especially when he loses his ish.
Yeah. Which isn't hard to do. Just give the right trigger words and sit back with your popcorn and watch.
We'll also, tonight we will have a couple of panels involving our buddies from the Cinemassacast. They're going to be delving into what the greatest movie is of all time. Not what their favorite is, but what's the best movie of all time. So that's something,
Howard the Duck.
If you really want to see what how a bunker fiend feels.
Do we trust their judgment?
No,
Brandon?
Well, we might trust Wayne.
Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, no.
Tron Legacy.
Lake Placid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I'll vote for that one.
Yeah, that's Alan's. Yeah.
Right.
There's your lizard people again.
We had an escape room thing set up, but we had to cancel it. I apologize to everybody in advance, but hopefully our crew who was going to do it will be able to do it again next year.
Yeah.
But then that's
Friday.
That's a lot
in
for
a
Friday. Saturday is going to kick off with multiple performances in the Noble Ballroom on Saturday morning from Yuki Idols Live and the Vocaloids. Are going to be doing a Christmas special.
That's
which
cool.
It sounds great. We will also that evening. I think it's at noon. We've got Kaza coming in to do an acoustic set.
Ooh, double check.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it
check.
is noon.
I think it's
remember.
noon.
Yeah.
If any of these things,
check the schedule.
These things we have our schedule up on our Fanguru app. You can also access it through Fanguru's website on your phone or on your computer.
And
everybody
I stuck
carries
a PDF
tablet.
of it up there just to be safe.
Yeah,
so.
Joe will make sure there's a PDF set up
for us dinosaurs that don't.
Yeah,
use
they
all
don't
the-
know how to use it. He's
Don't
printed
know
up
what an app
he's
is.
printed up a few schedules for you. All right, and we've got our guest of honor Janelle Stevens.
Yeah.
who is an award-winning stunt woman. She was in Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame. She was Misty Knight's stunt double in Luke Cage.
Yeah,
and
she was in the Joker. She's
in
a stunt
the
performer though, because
Yeah.
you see her on camera.
Yeah, you
and
see her.
she's-
You can actually see her face.
Yeah.
It's not just like where she's always doubling somebody else.
Yeah.
She's she was supposed to be here today, but she is currently filming something, which we're not sure
can't
what was
talk
filming.
about.
We can't
talk
say
about
much
it.
about it, but it's a pretty
But
cool
we,
project.
But we're pretty sure it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but she was
We're like 99%.
Well,
we
she
know
told
she
me
was-
what it is, but I can't.
We know
Yeah.
she was super excited about it, but she was upset about not being able to be at Geek 101 this morning. But she will be at the convention all day on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
we
I guess
also have
we're at
our
noon.
We also have our cosplay. Well, at I think it's 3:00.
No, 3:00 is when I'm getting there. 5:00.
No,
is-
nobody cares about when you get there, Brody.
Shouldn't you know these things, Brandon? You're the program
We're
director.
talking. Talking about our good buddy Josh Mason from Mason Studios.
Oh, yeah.
He will be giving everybody a sneak preview of his Legend of Zelda fan film, which if you don't catch it at our show, you won't be able to see it again until after Christmas.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So-
This is an exclusive.
He'll be
Josh Mason
showing
does
that-
really good stuff. You've seen his work on YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
I like Josh. He's got
Yeah.
a good attitude.
Yeah, he's Josh is fun.
Yeah, he's fun.
He-
He's always good to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to, he's going to show us that, but he will at his table will also be giving away posters
Okay.
for the Legend of Zelda thing. He showed me the posters. They look amazing. They're all over Facebook right now.
Cool.
But I was impressed. I told him if I don't get one, then he's not allowed to come back next year.
Yeah, sounds fair.
After Josh does his thing, we will then have the cosplay contest, which is the MCFC annual cosplay contest reboot, because it has become a running joke that we
every
always
year.
have something new for our cosplay contest.
Yeah.
You know,
For various reasons.
various
like,
reasons.
yeah.
We don't know why.
Yeah.
At the end of the cosplay contest, which will be 4 to 5 at 5:00, we will transition to the MCFC live comic book, which is not like the live cartoon from last year because we decided to change things up for our 10th anniversary.
Written by Brandon.
Written by me and starring the Geek
entirely.
Patrol.
Yeah.
Yay.
Because I'm not a shill. I'm a
And
marketer.
the art direction was done by Brandon too, which is why my character looks like a weirdo.
I did not.
I still object, Brandon.
I did not.
My guy doesn't look good.
I did not design your character. I just approved that design.
Yeah.
So everything, you know, of course, you know, the art was done by Catherine Knowles, who was on last season, and her sister Victoria.
Yeah.
Who this is the first time that they've done a collaboration together, and
that's
it
awesome.
really lends to the comic book feel as opposed to, you know, the Flash animation cartoon
feel. Yeah.
Now, after that, we will be giving away what we are referring to as the MCFC awards. So if you want to see people cry, you definitely want to be there for that.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
After that, you'll be able to catch us in the bar area at the media table where we will be doing a live Geek Tank Radio.
Aren't you guys happy that I was like, wait, we're gonna be at the bar?
Wait, you're doing this at the bar? There's
Yes.
noise and there's
we're doing
You can
this.
be a part of the show, Joe.
Yeah, this
Okay.
allows our our fans to throw comments out like telling us we suck.
We
or
will be doing
they
the
love
show
us.
live.
Please
Keep the cussing.
You'll edit it, right? Yeah.
It'll get edited.
You'll bleep the things.
But we're a
Not really.
podcast, so the FCC still doesn't regulate us correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
Drinking game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No.
oh, yeah.
Oh, we will actually do the Geek Tank drinking game.
Oh, God.
Live on Geek Tank.
Brody's gonna say "Back to Earth" way too many times.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Bow.
no,
That'll be
but
fun, man.
The Noble Ballroom will shut down after the awards ceremony to prepare for the finale, the final installment of Riverside Opera, which is the LARP that has been running for us for the past.
I've never even
several
played
years.
it, and I'm kind of emotional that it's ending.
Well,
It's a big production. This thing is massive.
David and Caitlin
Yeah.
Glore have put this show on for us and various other conventions. Not to mention doing a monthly installment of this since we did the Memphis Gaming Expo.
Yeah.
That's when the first installment was. This will be the final installment of this storyline. And David basically writes an entire novel every month.
It's huge. I don't know how he
huge.
does
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
If you don't play or anything else, still you should go up to David and Caitlin and just thank them for what they do because they put in so much effort to make sure everybody has a good time.
Yeah.
Man, jam-packed
Yeah.
Saturday.
And of course, that's going to lead into at the end of it all. After that, in the Noble Ballroom, Wayne will be taking over at 12:30 for the Cinematic Experience Part 2, the sequel, which will also run until 10 a.m. Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Over in the Madison Room, though, we will get to see the likes of GTR personalities, Allie and Andy, argue about Star Wars.
I can't wait. I'm gonna
Bring
make
your
him
camera.
cry.
And anything
I'm gonna
else,
make him
in
cry.
fact, I think we're going to have Savannah do the moderating on that, and she's just going to throw topics out to see if she can trigger them.
Moderating or also yelling at Andy.
Yeah.
You'll probably,
Oh, I got you.
Now,
Yeah.
why did I just see a cute little bus plowing over the top of Andy?
Less
repeatedly?
moderator, more
bam,
instigator.
bam.
yeah, more instigator. But the title is moderator.
Right.
Okay with that?
It's gonna look more. Never mind.
It's just going to be a beat down. Come watch Andy get slapped.
Yeah.
We will also have panels, from Tabitha Dragonsong, who has been coming to our convention forever, has been going to every convention around here forever.
Yeah.
She is
She's
a
the
staple.
con mother.
She's the con mom, basically.
Yes.
And she is doing her very first panel for us.
Isn't that something?
cute.
Yeah,
her first ever panel.
She's never done a panel at a convention before.
How to be a con mom?
Well, it's
Carry
noon
lots of water.
It's
and
also
wet wipes.
noon on Saturday in the Madison Room, where she will basically be instructing you on how to use con culture to grow your confidence.
There you go.
To get through your anxiety and everything, because cons turn into big families, which I love her optimism, but we all know big families, anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I love Thanksgiving.
yeah.
I just like
So,
food.
I said that with a straight face. Too.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I like full
You did very
moons because the words "meals on wheels" is a whole different meaning to me. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Of course, we have MCFC stables like Laura Sellers, who will be doing her annual Doctor Who panel and her exploration into the Wizarding World of J.K. Rowling.
What
Yeah.
about the Piranha Room?
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. That's something
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
Get ahead of yourself. little
We are.
Brody.
There's rumor an elf had
We're
something
also
to do with that.
We're also welcoming back James Weekly to do a panel on why Batman has endured for 80 years.
Yeah. He's a Batman
Yeah,
expert. Yeah.
If there's anybody to talk about Batman that's at our con, it's James Weekly.
Yeah.
He will bring this. And of course, the Cinemassacast will run wild over the panels. I don't think these guys sleep, but we also don't let them out of the bunker that often.
Yeah.
We will be.
They sleep like 9 months out of the year.
We will be getting.
They're going to be camped out at the Monster beverage.
We will be getting live interpretations of Jeff Harris's "Then and Now," which I believe their subject is going to be Bill and Ted. Talking about the classic films and then talking about what's coming up in the the new movie, and then of course they will also be doing their own ripoff of movie fights, which is going to be completely horror based.
Oh, I didn't know it was stipulated that way. Okay, horror.
Yeah, because honestly, when it comes to Wayne, Jeff, and the Phantom, they know
all they watch.
They know horror.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
but all right. If you like makeup, though, our friend A.G. Howard, of course, will be on hand all weekend long, doing demos at his table, but he will also be on Friday night and on Saturday night doing full body, costuming designs. On Friday, it's Hellboy. On Saturday, it's a female Sith Lord.
Yeah.
I have seen Casey in the gear. She is, it's like if Darth Maul was a badass.
Hey, Brandon, real quick, I just want you to know, too, I strategically put AG's booth in a place where he can spread out a little bit, and since he's kind of a loud talker, it won't interfere with any of the other stuff.
I remember,
also that airbrush
I gave him a very
mode,
strategic location.
If I remember that hallway, that area correctly, I think I have an idea of where you put him. Yeah. That echo might be scary.
Well, we'll see, man.
Strategery.
Well, by strategic, he's basically referring to the parking lot.
Yeah.
now we go into Sunday. A lot of times, the Sunday, crowd is a little bit more laid back.
Yeah.
But at noon,
hungover. No.
At noon on Sunday, of course, Mr. Robert will be hitting us with "Let's Make a Deal" daycare style. He has promised to give away $5,000+ of cash and prizes. It's always a great show, and of course, you buy your raffle tickets, and it goes to a great cause. It's children's charities. I think he's doing St. Jude again this year.
Oh yeah, always St. Jude. Yeah,
and he already teased a couple of guest appearances. I have been threatened with my life if I let those out. But let's just say, if you're a fan of CW30,
you're already letting it out,
people.
Brandon. But
yeah, I think he let the cat out of the bag last season.
Yeah, okay. Well, he mentioned one of them, but I'm not allowed to mention the other.
Okay.
But then at 2 p.m. on Sunday, to close us out, we are doing a beta test on an event we've never done before.
Yeah.
I have been bombarded with requests for a lip sync contest for the past 3 years. And
is Brody getting in
this? This is what I was forced into.
Yeah. So anyways, there's a beta test. It's going to be like the Sweet 16 of lip sync. It's going to be head-to-head matches. There are only 16 entry forms.
Is it fair for me to compete?
No.
Okay.
No, you can entertain. You can't compete.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course, the overall winner will win 2 free passes or 2 3-day passes to next year's MCFC.
Okay.
And Alan will be hosting. Don't worry, guys. He may be the Simon Cowell of Memphis-based conventions, but he's not going to be judging. He's just going to be hosting.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be
Come in and say
judgmental.
it's a no from me, dog.
So he can't unleash his full fury.
Allie wants to be Randy Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. So he won't be releasing his full fury. Now, Brody, you brought up something called the Piranha Room.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
tread lightly, Brandon.
What we have going on is a new experience because we want MCFC to be about the fans.
Right.
Yes.
It's not. We've got conventions around here that are about creators and guests and literary stuff, but we want this to be about the fans. So we have designed.
We want to empower the fans.
We want to empower the fans.
Yeah.
So we have let loose. We have unleashed the MCFC Underground.
Yeah.
You'll be able to basically put together your own flash events, and one of those, which is headed up by a local artist. It's Matt Kaminsky. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
Yeah.
And that's the Piranha Room.
Okay.
Of course, it's 80s goth music that Joe.
I already got the playlist ready.
Joe's got the playlist ready. It's music he listened to when he was bartending at the original Piranha Room.
To quote Joe, when he had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had beautiful
when
hair,
he had
Brody.
MacGyver locks.
Yeah.
And of course, Matt will be doing his art to it. You can go, you can lounge, you can listen, you can try and dance. I like this music, but I don't see how you can dance to it, Joe.
Oh, you can.
You got to learn how to do the pulling the evil taffy.
Sometimes you just do the head down and the sway
it's
stuff.
It's pull taffy.
Pull the evil taffy, man. Get up there like
But Brandon, I want to congratulate you because the MCFC Underground was Brandon's brainchild. So basically, what we're going to have is we're going to have this bulletin board. You just sign. All you do is you say the name of your event, the time, and where you're going to put it, and you can put a brief description. So if you want to have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Flash discussion by the swimming pool, because the pool area is awesome, by the way. Go ahead,
an indoor
schedule it,
pool with a environmentally controlled area.
Yeah, so you can host your own events within reason.
It'll be really helpful for people who want to plan photo shoots.
Yeah,
because not everyone looks on their phone onto the we have a fan page where I see a lot of people try to make photo shoots happen, but now you can also do it physically on our little bulletin.
Right.
And it's a great idea. I wish we'd have done it years ago.
Joe, we actually have a designated photo spot this year.
I think so. Yeah, I'm going to set it up later, and hopefully it'll look good.
You'll be able to snap your photos in front of the legendary brick wall of MCFC.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. It'll be set up. So yeah, I'll tell you this, Brandon. This is going to be the best looking convention we've ever had. We've got some pretty cool trophies for our award winners. We've got a lot of good, and the hotel itself is beautiful. It's pristine, really, and just everything about it is going to look.
We're going to try and keep it that way, people.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I couldn't have picked a better spot for our.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And like I said, the staff is awesome.
Yeah, the
they're
staff
so
at the
happy
Marriott
we're there.
have been nothing but amazing.
Last minute tickets, Joe. Where can you go?
Well, you'll have to buy them at the door now at this point because we cut off the pre-ticket sales. But so what? Everybody walks up. So good. But if you want to learn more about what's going on, go to MemphisCFC.com and go to our Facebook page. Like us over there because there's a lot of updates that happen over there at
during the
Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention. So. Yeah, but Brandon, you did the programming this year.
Yeah,
well done, man.
And I'm passing it on to Allie and Wayne for next year.
Okay,
somebody's taking day shift, somebody's taking night shift.
Yeah. So anyway, but get out there, man. It's going to be a great way to celebrate our 10th anniversary.
Geek Tank Radio, energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank.
It's time.
Their hats are made from Marvel foil covers from the 90s.
Now, stand back for your own safety.
It's time for another deep dive into Conspiracy Nation with the Geek Patrol here on Geek Tank Radio.
Tinfoil hats on?
Yeah.
We're ready to go? Because strap in. I just figured it out. Obviously, in the past seasons, if you've been listening to us, you understand that lizard people are invading us.
Right.
And they're getting stuck. Some of our hybrid people, alien creature guys, all right, lizard people, are getting stuck in their lizard form. Okay.
And they're trying to transform, and
they get stuck, or they are doing it for the Instagram likes, right? As we saw with Chance the Snapper up in Chicago, and various other lizard iterations thereof. Okay, especially up in like Pennsylvania and things like
Ohio, the Miami River.
Ohio,
best known for lizard people.
Yeah, if you're a new listener, you need to go back to some of our Conspiracy Nations because Brody has kept us up to date on the cutting edge of lizard advancement.
Well, Joe,
that's because they're his natural enemy.
Well,
I have I have
He's an
found the origin of said people.
Okay, talk to me.
The Egypt. I'm going all the way back to ancient Egypt. The pharaohs and the Cleopatra.
Okay. Sure. I mean, look at the way they dressed. Look
Ah,
at the technology.
And the kitty cats, right?
Sure.
Right. Have you ever seen a cat interact with a lizard?
Oh, yes.
Well, Alan's seen
pounce,
it. Yeah.
Right? And the mongoose, right? And it's very cat-like in its reflexes and stuff.
They're
like that.
enemies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. The pharaohs, the ancient pharaohs, were hybrid of one alien, the Saturnians.
Okay, yeah.
You ready for your Venetians?
I'm ready, man.
The Venetians, a.k.a. the lizard people, and the human hybrids are taking over. And the Saturnian, who we crashed into, they're getting off planet. They're jumping ship right now because, quite honestly, we got too close.
Wait, okay, because you're all over the page. So
no.
You're going back to ancient times
Egypt.
and modern times.
Right. It's all connected. It's all connected.
Okay.
I told you got to have your tinfoil hat on here.
Okay.
All right? Because your ancient pharaohs, okay, your human alien hybrid, who basically initiated this whole planet. Okay, they got us going. All right.
Well, they advanced our technology, so we were suddenly.
So we're talking Horus and Isis and the whole crew.
The whole crew
with the dog head and the bird head and the.
They were the first
crocodile
iterations.
Head
they were the first iterations.
Okay.
They basically taught the Venetians how to do it. Okay, because the Venetians were just like, oh, okay, we got that, we can do that. But you see, what the Venetians didn't do was have that Horus and Isis and all those iterations go south. Okay, we had the human, the half human, half gets stuck. If you will. All right, in those different switchy poses. Whereas now the Venetians are getting stuck in their lizard forms.
Okay, so Brody, just to make sure I understand this, so because we're talking about two different cultures here.
Yes,
the Saturnians, in my opinion, in the ancient times, were very flashy. I mean, look at the way they do the pyramids. They draw all sorts of attention to themselves. I feel like the Venetians were the low key. They mingled among the regular folks like us.
They're more observers, right?
Right.
And they took in all of this what the Saturnians were doing because, again, as you said, the Saturnians very flashy and stuff like that. Like, oh, we can turn into cat people and we can turn into dog people and whatever. Okay. Whereas the Venetians are sitting over here, lizard. Okay. They're prey, okay, to some of these different iterations of transforming.
Oh, they're adversaries? I see. I thought they partnered.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They are button heads, man. The Venetians they don't want to be bothered. Why have they been deflecting all these years and us going to Mars instead of us going to Venus?
Well, see, yeah, we've had that discussion, too. The Venetians don't want us to pay attention to their planet.
They are, for lack of a better term, pacifists.
No,
and they don't want any part of us.
Right.
They're
directing everybody out.
So they've infiltrated us enough to say, look that way.
Right. Look out.
Go that way. And we're sitting here going, yeah, let's go that way. But we're just sheep at that point.
Okay.
We're stuck in the middle.
Why do they want to? Why wouldn't they want to take us over and make us worship them and their?
Because they're not. That's not them.
They don't have the manpower, Allie.
The Saturnians, who are flashy. They're like, yes, bow down to us. We're Saturnians. We've turned our giant planet into a force field. Okay, we have buzzsaws as a last chance defense mechanism.
Sure.
And by the way, the giant smoke screen that goes around, you can't see us. So, we're the John Cena of planets.
Yeah, we've become the threat, though.
A lizard person.
No, John Cena's not a lizard person. He's too flashy. He's in the W. You know his name. He's a Saturnian.
Okay.
Got it.
So
doesn't matter. You can't see him.
I mean,
You can't see him.
I feel like you're talking about a couple of different operations, though, Brody. So what's going wrong with them not being able to transform back? Because the key to their success is to be able to transform at will, so they can either go into lizard form,
the satellite,
or blend in. Is Elon? Yeah, are the satellites interfering? Are they interfering with their signal to? I don't know their process. So.
Well, where I'm going with this is that the Saturnians have had eons, basically, to perfect their cloaking and cloning and transforming ability.
Alan, he said eons, not Elon.
Yeah.
That's a different conspiracy.
I'm taking notes. I got the notes.
Whereas the Venetians have only started being able to transform in back and forth from lizard to human to lizard. Okay. And we're starting to get a couple generations now deep into that ability, and people are getting stuck. Well, I should say Venetians are getting stuck. They're not people.
Well, but they're very private.
Yes, they are very private, except for, when they get stuck and they're like, well, I'm stuck, so might as well, get an Instagram page.
That's their greatest contribution to us so far. Venetian blinds.
Yeah, but isn't part of their problem too that they've been cross? I don't like to use the word cross breeding, but they have been.
That's what it is. It's crossbreeding.
They've been with regular humans
hybrids
that don't have their abilities, and that's causing confusion.
Well, sure.
And I mean, if you grow up and your father's a Saturnian and your mother's an Earthling. Boy, you talk about some confusion there. I mean, you don't know. It's like Spock.
No, I think that's when you become Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
that's what. Well, you need to watch Invasion America, and it tells you everything about being a half, alien kid growing up in today's America.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just wonder which way you'd gravitate. And now soon
I think
we'll
it's
have
a
the ability.
recessive gene, though. Joe,
Okay.
don't get me wrong. It's a recessive gene.
Yeah.
Okay. It only becomes dominant when you might have maybe a recessive and a recessive get together, and all of a sudden, I can transform.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we're seeing with the Venetians here.
Okay.
All right.
I'm still down.
I can. I'm an alligator.
This
Don't shoot it.
Yeah, Brody. This really is a pivotal time in Earth, Venetia, or Earth and Saturnian relations, just based on all of our satellite technology. We actually have spaceships now that can threaten them and uncover, their civilization. So I feel like soon they're going to go on the defensive mode. They're going to all leave the planet and start, don't be surprised if there's suddenly 3 rings of Saturn instead of just the one.
Hey, Joe, and I will link this to this week's science with our good buddy Elon, who we have already kind of suspected at being a Saturnian.
Right.
And I'm going to leave you with this,
Okay.
and it's a tease for the next conspiracy.
Let's hear it.
Okay? The Saturnian, known as Elon, is actually forming Saturn II.
There you go.
I'll explain later.
We've talked about them.
We've played them.
And now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here.
Go Ready Player Geek.
Where we unpack and dive into single-player story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
There's always those stories that defy labels. Thankfully, there's the GTR Random Roundup.
Joe, I figured we would start across the pond.
Good.
Okay.
Give Florida a break.
And talk about what you love talking about, buddy.
Okay.
Guinness World Records.
Oh, great.
Yeah. No, the scourge of the planet.
Yeah, those guys are the worst.
Let's start it out with a gentleman by the name of Richard Browning. Yes, I gave the name this time. All right.
Yeah, because you like the name Browning. I know you.
Well, let me tell you, he might need a little protection when it comes to the Browning, because he will be attempting to break his record for the fastest speed in a body-controlled jet engine-powered suit.
Oh, yeah, something's getting brown in that situation.
Suit.
He's strapping an engine to him.
To the Browning.
Is Colin Furs involved in this operation?
Well,
no, because if it was Colin, it would all be hydro done, so he'd be fine.
Okay, yeah.
Methane infused. Anyway, this is going to be attempted, though, on Guinness World Records Day.
Wait, they have their own day now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't we just do it all once a year on their day? I can tune out.
And everybody can blow up all at the same time. Yeah. Anyway, Browning.
We have a lot of really good randoms.
Yeah.
Browning is the founder and chief test pilot of British tech company Gravity Industries.
Then he should know better.
Right. He originally attempted this a couple years ago.
And lived.
Yeah, he lived to tell the tale, so he figured, hey, you know what? I'll try it again. Or he probably said, the tick, I'll try it again. And
I'd like to go ahead and apologize to all of our British listeners.
Hello, Governor. The theme of Guinness World Record Day 2019, in case you were wondering, is the spirit of adventure, which is also the chapter in Guinness World Records 2020. Theme pays homage to cyclists, mountaineers, and ultra-marathon runners.
Okay. Well, at least they have to do something that's
Yeah,
not
like
everybody
strap a
else
jet
can do.
engine to
Yeah.
your butt and say bye-bye.
They're not stacking, 50,000 toothpicks.
Are
or
they
something.
trying to break the most world records on one day?
No. They tried that one. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I-
Breaking the most Guinness Book of World Records as
And then later that day, the Darwin Award.
Yeah, that exactly.
Even if he dies, wouldn't that be man to die?
Attempting Stabbed a rock into his head.
I'm sure he's not the first
he
man
is
to die
nowhere
with a
near the
rocket
first.
special.
No.
That's his consolation.
Yeah,
That's the drunk frat guy.
man, we're gonna have to take a trip to Alabama.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, watch this. Hold my beer.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm staying out of Florida too. I've picked on them long enough.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick it up next week. But I'm going to the land down under.
Oh, a British colony.
Yeah. So these are
Prison colony.
Well, still British.
I want to salute these well-meaning thieving heroes. How's that for a contradictory
That's awesome.
description? So
I love that. That's
Welcome to Down Under.
That's officially
we're gonna steal your stuff.
That's the description of my
it's gonna be good.
superhero.
yeah. Well, these Australian firefighters. Somebody wasn't home and their house started on fire.
Oh yeah.
So they came in, they did their duty, and
You guys didn't see the airport.
yeah, saved the house. And left a note because, like I said, nobody was around. So it said, "It was a pleasure to save your house. Sorry that we could not save your food." The note says, "P.S. We owe you some milk." I guess they got hungry after they've been working all day firefighting. They had some crackers, cheese, some milk, and well, they didn't have to leave a note.
Well, remember the big wildfires out in California?
Yeah.
That's what Australia's getting right now. They're getting
the brush fires.
Yeah, big time brush fires out there. So you're getting a lot of like good old Aussie outback help from guys who are not really firefighters, but they're firefighters. You know, they're on the backup reserve.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
The volunteer firefighters.
Yeah, I'll fight the fire. You know, I'll punch it in the mouth for you.
But
I'd like
I
to go
thought
ahead
they're.
and apologize to our Australian listeners for,
But I
for
thought
Brody
their
sounding like a kiwi.
I thought their choice of food was because it said peanut butter
was
and
any shrimp
crackers.
around?
Shrimp in the bobby.
I picture these
That's not a
Australian
noise.
firefighters, having something a little more substantial than that. They said they hadn't eaten, so they're having milk, crackers, and peanut butter. Is that because they're too polite to
good
pull out
protein,
the
man.
guy's steak and clean out his refrigerator? Or is it-
No.
The grill's already lit because of the fire.
yeah, I mean, just hold it over the countertop.
Well, you
and-
need something.
we
You
only got
need
the foil.
You need something you can eat quick and get the protein for because you're going to have to go to the next fire.
Okay, yeah. Well, good for them, man. At least they're
The difference
honest.
between regular firefighters and Australian firefighters, though, their hoses are flamethrowers. Because everything in Australia is trying to kill you.
I thought that was going to go very different.
All right, that's mine.
This one sucks up the fire and not puts it out.
Well, I have something actually wholesome.
Oh.
Somehow in Missouri.
Somehow in Missouri.
The state is called Misery. I mean, okay.
Hey, we like our Missourians, but yeah.
No, it's Misery, Missouri. Right?
No, there's no city. It's just
That's just what Missouri means.
Misery?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little special needs vet rescue, and someone abandoned this sweet little puppy who has an extra tail on his forehead. It's like
Narwhal.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa, a tail on their forehead?
Yeah, it's in the middle of his forehead, in between his eyes. He looks like a little golden retriever or something, and it's like
It's like a unicorn.
Yeah, he's
it's a
adorable.
narwhal.
You sure this is a dog?
Yes.
No.
Wow.
Oh, it's definitely a puppy, Joe.
New cryptid.
Why am I seeing an episode of Mr. Pickles?
Yeah,
I'm just,
The new
Hey,
X-Files.
deeper here. So, yeah.
Saturnians normally turn into cats, but maybe this one's a dog.
No, hey, Saturnians could go both ways, dogs and cats.
Okay.
No.
Are there pictures of this, Savannah?
Yes.
Oh,
There's
there are
so
lots of
many.
pictures.
So they're calling him Narwhal because he has a horn on his forehead, and I guess unicorn didn't cross their mind.
It doesn't work though, right?
No, but
it doesn't like wag when he's like.
No,
excited.
it's not connected to anything, so it's just like kind of a little flap.
Does it grow?
He's a puppy.
He's a puppy.
Maybe.
We don't know yet.
Oh,
We don't know what this could evolve into. There's your lizard people. That's their.
No,
that's the
hey,
next conspiracy.
The only person who can genuinely adopt this dog and treat it right is Mothman.
Oh no, Brody! This is the Saturnians
This is a
pets
Saturnian.
that they brought in with them.
I'm telling you, Saturnians can go both dog and cat.
Cross-pollinating. This is bad.
I don't want to hear about Saturnians going both ways. I'm listening to about the puppy.
I know.
This is not a sweet story,
Don't
Savannah.
throw your
It is
conspiracy
too.
theories on this sweet little thing.
Oh,
No,
boy.
he has no pain. He's totally fine. He plays for hours, so he's
He's
great.
a puppy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
lulls everybody into a false sense of security, and, yeah,
and
then he'll eat you.
right.
And from what I understand
You know what?
on Twitter,
That's not a bad way to
they've
go.
had thousands of requests to adopt him.
It's like that really fat cat that was
Yeah,
going
the-
all over Facebook.
Yeah.
It's just these weird animals that aren't actually weird. They just look off because
Yeah, because of pollution and.
Well, well, hey, everybody loves narwhal. Everybody wants narwhal, and
I want narwhal.
I've got a story about things that everybody wants too. Tacos.
Yeah.
Who loves tacos?
Yay, tacos.
Well, tacos are kind of a peripheral of this story.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it. We're in Savannah, Georgia. So we're still not in Florida.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about Adolfo Flacco Mitchell of Guyton, Florida, and his amazing chain of taco restaurants.
Adolfo Tacos.
And
please
the
say
fact
his name
that
is Adolfo.
They're actually called Flacco's House.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
And he was using them to distribute large amounts of methamphetamines.
Oh, here we go. Drag us back to the
Breaking
gutter.
Bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Big yikes.
Because
Breaking Bad tacos.
Because I mean, as if tacos weren't addictive enough and bad for you. Now,
hey, I'm all jacked up on your tacos, but I have all these scabs on my face.
All right, so the Chatham Savannah Counter Narcotics team, they say he turned himself in last week after being indicted for drug trafficking and conspiracy. He was having methamphetamine shipped to him to distribute throughout the Savannah area through his restaurants. He was also directing others to transport meth to other states, including Virginia.
Oh.
They didn't make it down to Florida before they got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would explain a lot.
Hey, man, I really like your tacos, but could you leave out the bugs this time? They're crawling all over me.
Now, he was previously indicted for possession of marijuana and guns.
Oh.
Because, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, gateway.
As well as furnishing a pistol to a minor and using a minor in an illicit transaction, all stemming from a March traffic stop.
Hey, baby, take this taco to Thunderbird.
You know what's really sad though is like this whole thing. Yes, he did some. Yeah, this is instead of chicken, it's tacos.
Jesse Pinkman deserves better than this.
Tell me there's a bathtub of acid somewhere.
Oh no, God, I hope not.
Just saying.
But no,
Brandon doesn't win the random this week.
No.
So far, Savannah's in first place.
All I know is that as of now,
meth tacos didn't incite you enough.
You can't beat Narwhal Puppy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alan's got that look on his face.
Yeah.
I had to jump in here with the meth tacos first, though, because I think Alan's going to take us to a place that's...
He may drop the mic.
I'm going to take you all over the place.
Oh.
All right. The big prediction, by 2040, guess what? It ain't going to go vroom, vroom, vroom anymore, and you ain't going to drive it anymore.
Yes.
You're just going to get in it.
Yes.
And it's going to take you places.
Talk dirty to me, Alan.
I'll probably
love
be dead
this.
anyway, so who cares?
There are a lot of things to consider when you are talking about self-driving cars.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for a self-driving car.
All right. Well, let's continue talking self-driving cars because, one, they're getting really worried. What's going to happen to all the roadside restaurants if you can just load the car with food and self-drive?
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point.
All right. Well, what else are you going to do in the car? You're probably going to sleep.
That's right.
Yep. So why would you need to stop at the local, no-tell motel to get to your destination?
You just take a nappy nap in the car.
Hop in there and bring your
sleep
food,
all the way to New York.
Kick back, relax, have your beverages.
I cannot wait. Oh, yes.
I hate it.
Oh, you shush.
Well,
you
this way, you can't get a DUI. You're not driving.
You can't
road
crash
beers
when you
will
fall
be
asleep.
a thing.
Someone though. Self-driving cars are not.
I'm not
road beers are a thing now.
I'm not worried about the road beer stuff. I'm just thinking more along the lines of sleepy people.
Yeah. Alan,
You total two
crazy
cars.
people. Crazy people.
We're falling asleep.
Alan,
Everybody never lets you live it down.
Well, and that's not all they're concerned about.
have they taken steps to ensure that Putin doesn't hack these cars and
here
drive us all into
This
the
is not the
Mississippi
science
River?
segment. Leave Russia out of it. Alan, keep talking.
We don't
Ignore
live
Joe.
in a Star Trek world. These will be used for bad. I don't like it.
All right, speaking of using it for bad, what a great idea. Because according to numerous articles over the last 40 years, at least 60% of all Americans have had sex in a car.
Yes.
Well, guess what? Now you don't even have to worry about driving that car.
Now you can do it on the road. You don't have to park.
Couldn't you also just plop a bomb in it and have it drive into something and just
What is
explode?
wrong with you?
That's what people are gonna do.
No, they're not.
This used to be such
We
a
live in
wholesome
a Black
show.
Mirror
No,
world,
not really.
Not Star Trek.
Because
As
one of the
someone
things
who's
they're
listened
worried
to some of
about.
our old 600 shows, it's never been wholesome.
I don't know.
No,
This is I
this
cannot
is
wait.
bad.
Joe, how many times and I do this all the time now. So how many times do you want to do business while you're driving down the road, right? You're talking on the phone. You're doing
like,
this,
you
that, and the
can't
other.
poop in a car. Bro.
You could now. You could now.
Actually,
you don't even have to worry
The
about
day
it.
is coming. Yeah.
Hey, if they can build a toilet into a recliner, they can build it into a car.
Exactly.
Yes,
you can just. I mean, just
these things exist. They're
Take
not
me
necessarily
away.
something you should ever buy, but they do exist.
And by the way, once I get my self-driving car, I'm gonna call it Knight Rider.
Well, there you go.
Come on, Kit.
I'm going to call mine James because I'm going to get in and say home, James.
Yes.
There you go.
I don't know.
Now, the next twist to this is, well, so much for your local house of ill repute. It will now just be, well, drive up delivery.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to end this show, man. Can we go to have fun at the convention now? Alan ruined my weekend. Savannah, you officially win today's random roundup.
Yeah. You don't really want to win because that just means you got to help carry Joe's stuff to his car.
Anyway, but yeah. You're going to win if you show up at the Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention this weekend. Learn more at memphiscfc.com. Come find us here. We'll all be there. So track us down.
Saturday,
say hello.
Saturday we got the big live show.
Yep, absolutely. Meet our guest of honor, Janelle Stevens. She's a really cool actress and stunt woman, and do all sorts of nice, wholesome things, and just stay away from Alan's booth.
Find Wayne and slap him.
Yell about Star Wars.
Yep. So we're gonna get out of here, you guys. So until next week, we are the Geek Patrol, and I am Joe Thorderson.
I'm Allie Diggs.
I'm Savannah Frizzell.
I'm Alan Gilbreth.
I'm Brody.
And I'm Brandon, reminding you that Brody will also be taking on the part of the Viking Vandal in the live cartoon this weekend.
Oh, sweet.
Geek Tank Radio. More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank.